Oh, look at that. Hookah lounge. Well, one of my friends from Belize, he would always call it ganja, no matter what it was. If you were smoking something, it was ganja. All right, let's take a trip. Franklin Mountains. There's a lookout that's over there. We're gonna go to the top of that and look down. Oh, I did some maintenance on my bike yesterday. Did a couple things. First off was, well, a little bit of background. I bought this bike used off of Craigslist. It's an 07 Ninja 500R. And I'll get more into why I decided to go with this bike. But anyways, I don't know what the previous owner had done or had not done to the bike. So, changed the oil. I cleaned out the air filter. And there was a leak coming either from the petcock or where the petcock was attached to the tank. It was leaking gas, and when I first bought it, I noticed it. It was a little bit of a drip. It wasn't anything to be too concerned about because I figured, hey, I can live with it until I can get some time to pull the bike apart to figure out what's going on. But man, right, like in the last week, it had gone from just a drip to like dripping on the reg. I'd come out and there'd be a puddle of gasoline on the driveway. So I figured yesterday was a good day to get it done. I was kind of scared about doing maintenance to the bike because I never pulled this bike apart and didn't know what I would find. Kind of like buying a house. You buy a house and it looks nice, and then once you buy it and you get the inspection done, all of a sudden it's a nightmare. It's like the money pit. But it wasn't too bad. I bought a K&N filter, put that on. I washed out the air filter because it was dirty, like never been cleaned before in its entire life. And then I pulled the petcock off and replaced an O-ring and kind of cleaned off the area where the petcock was attached to the tank. When I bought this bike, I had noticed that it was previously painted. So, yeah, when he painted it, he put the petcock back on top of the paint instead of on the bare metal. And then, I guess over time, that gasoline just ate through the paint and it was just dripping. So, it wasn't too bad. I just scraped off some of the paint and put it back on and re-torqued it down because the O-ring around where the petcock was attached to the tank was still relatively good. So that wasn't too bad. Yeah, it was, I guess the main point is don't be afraid because there's a lot of information out there that I found on how to do maintenance on a bike, whether it be a video or an article or something. It was nice because, I just looked it up and did it. It wasn't that hard. It took a couple hours and I was done. Yeah, but this is one of those areas. Ooh, Kenyan. They gotta be Kenyan. Look at him. Skinny. But yeah, I wanted to take you up here because this is part of El Paso that everyone comes to see, or they take everyone to see, or they ask about, hey, have you gone up here? Like when you first come to town, because it's kind of a neat little site. But El Paso is a border town, and it borders Ciudad Juarez, which is the city of Juarez, Mexico. So you got I-10, the Rio Grande, and then Mexico coming from this side. Oh, it's getting busy. Alright. Alright, here's the scenic lookout. It's on top of Franklin Mountain here. But if you can look, this is all East El Paso. And then everything over here is just all West El Paso. But I mean, you can see I-10 right there. And then you got Mexico all the way down that way.